It didn't take her long when she saw it. A black shadow in the shape of a huge scorpion. As it advanced quickly towards Ebuka's hut, Ogbanje smiled a little as it kept advancing towards her at a faster rate. The moon rays was an advantage as she clearly saw the shadow scorpion. So this was even the stupid shadow I sensed coming to attack Ebuka, Ogbanje said louder to herself. Well, let me see what it got. Ogbanje lifted her hands and said in a commanding voice, Stop there, shadow scorpion. The shadow scorpion hearkened to her voice and stops. You will go back to wherever it is that you came out from and hurt whoever that sent you. Ogbanje spoke out without fear to the scorpion that was few feet away from her. The scorpion made a U-turn and left the presence of Ogbanje at a faster speed going back to sender. Surugere is the dance of a spirit that one needs to know how to dance to its strange tune, Ogbanje said and left for her home. The black scorpion made its way to the coven where O.G.B.A.N.J.E await the news of the death of Ebuka. They were surprised to see it. As it appeared in their presence, O.G.B.A.N.J.E pinned it on the ground with her staff. She stood up from her throne and started dancing, circling the scorpion as she moves around. Suddenly she stops and closes her eyes and said, A child that dances to the sweet melody of Surugere does not know Surugere is the song of the spirits. Be calm, great shadow of death. The scorpion disappeared. What just happened? Nena was the first to speak. Who has such powers to send the scorpion back to its owners? Another coven witch, Obidia asked. How can the shadow of death return to kill us in the place of that child? Another coven witch said. Or maybe Nena's son has greater power that his mother refused to tell us. I'm also thinking that it was the same power that helped him earlier on. Adaku said this time. The O.G.B.A.N.J.E shook her head sideways and said, No, I felt the powers of a female child who was able to control it. Then who can that female child be that has the powers to control such shadow? Obidia asked. Not just a shadow, but the shadow of death. Another coven witch said. The O.G.B.A.N.J.E closes her eyes briefly and opened it. Aku is very angry with you, Nena. Find a way to sacrifice your son to the great Aku, or you will be sacrificed in your son's place. O.G.B.A.N.J.E told Nena, who bowed her head. I will kill my son for the great Aku. That was Nena's reply. Aku, a three-headed god in his abode, was restless. He was wondering how a mere female child could send back his shadow of death to his worshippers. He was promised by the great Ikenga that no power on earth can stand against his. But what just happened proved that wrong. He has to go and see Ikenga fast. Ebuka! Ebuka! Nena called her child from the kitchen where she was pounding fufu vigorously. It was not yet bright, and the crow of a cock has not been heard. But Ebuka did not mind as he got up from his bamboo bed and made his way to his mother. His mother was an early bird raiser and he didn't mind. But today was early, too early in fact. Yes, Mama, Ebuka said as he approaches his mother. Quickly go and fetch me water from our village stream to use and cook off onugbo, bitter leaf soup this evening, Inugo. Yes, Mama. Ebuka replied as he went to take a Udu earthen pot. Although he has younger siblings which consists of 2 girls and a boy, he was the second born of his family, the first son. They were 3 boys and 2 girls, but their most senior brother died mysteriously, leaving Ebuka as the eldest. He took the Udu and was about going out when his mother's voice stopped him in his track. Did anyone visited you yesterday night, Ebuka? Nena asked her son. No, Mama, I had long gone to sleep, so I don't know if I had any visitors. I hope there is no problem, or did anyone visit me yesterday night? Ebuka answered confusingly to his mother. Okay, my son, and no one visited you yesterday evening. I thought I heard someone calling out your name yesterday evening, but I heard wrong, my son. Don't worry yourself, just go to stream and get me water, Nena said, a plan forming in her head. Nena was being known to the people of Udum as one of the few women who has made it big. She has 8 barns of yams, goats, maize, a full plantation on plantain. Her husband has died under a mysterious circumstances. It was said Nena killed her husband in exchange of wealth. Some even said she used her husband for rituals. She has helpers that work on her farm. Well, their gossips didn't mean anything to Nena as she went about her daily work. As soon as Ebuka went out of the house to go to the stream to fetch water for her, she quickly went inside her room, took out a red-covered small udu she had kept hidden under her bamboo bed. She opened the black cloth used in covering the pot. It was empty. The great snake of Aku, I have once again need your help. Nena voice said softly. A three-headed black cobra appeared. Go and kill my son Ibuka. Find him and strike him with your venomous bite. Nena told the snake as it disappeared to carry out the order. Let me see how you would escape this time. Ogbanje woke up very early to do her morning chores. She swept the entire compound, washed the dirty plates they had used the previous night, warmed the leftover food, then carried her udu to go and fill the bigger pots in the kitchen. Her father has promised her she will follow him to his farmland today. She doesn't want to waste time or want her stepsisters to delay them. She had gone 2 times before she met Ibuka on her 3rd journey to the stream. Ibuka was scared when he saw a silent figure approaching him. He had thought that it was a spirit and had wanted to run for his life when the spirit called out his name. He realized that it was Ogbanje's voice. So Ibuka, I never knew you are scared like this. Ooh, it is now that I know you are scared of little things. After you will open that your wide mouth to say, I am a man. You are a man that want to run, Ogbanje said in a mockery way. Aha, me Ibuka, the lion of Udum village run? That is impossible, Biko. I wasn't running. I was only trying to see if there is another person behind my back so that I can ready myself. Ibuka lied through his teeth. I have heard you. So where are you going when it is not yet dawn? Ogbanje asked. Well, my mother sent me to go and fetch water from the stream for cooking. You too. Why are you awake by this time when you ought to be sleeping by now? They had started walking towards the direction of their village stream. Papa told me I would follow him to the farm today. You know how Devil used to do his own work. My 2 lazy sisters decided to come and told him they wanted to follow him to the farm too. Can you imagine? Ogbanje said as Ibuka laughed. You don't mean it, but wait, oh. What do they want to go and do in the farm when they don't even know how to lift a hoe or know how to do any farm work? Those 2 lazy O.G.B.A.N.J.E twins. Ibuka told Ogbanje, who laughed alongside with him. That is what made me wake up early to do all the necessary house chores. Because if I was waiting for my sisters to wake up and join me with the chores, just know none of us will be going to the farm today, Ogbanje said. They had started walking towards the direction of their village stream. They were quiet as they made their way down the bush path of the stream. They got there, filled their udu to the brim and started going home. They were halfway home when Ogbanje felt its presence. Ibuka, something is hiding in this bush. It was sent to harm you, Ogbanje told Ibuka as she tried to find it with her spiritual eyes. Ibuka laughed again. You and this your superstition things again, Ibuka said as he also turned to look around them. You see, there is nothing hiding around here. But Ogbanje wasn't listening to what Ibuka was saying. Her focus was to find what has been stalking them. Wherever you are or whatever you are, I don't care to know. You will listen to my words and mine alone, they say. Whatever tune you play in the compound of a great man, there is always someone to dance to it. Whoever that it is that had sent you to kill him, go back to the sender, Ogbanje said. Ibuka then know Ogbanje wasn't lying. She only say proverb when she is serious about something or had seen something. Ibuka knew that Ogbanje wasn't an ordinary girl right from day one. Ogbanje bent down and picked some pitch of sands with her hands and then continued. When we see an old woman stop in her dance to point again and again in the same direction, we can be sure that somewhere there's something happened long ago which touched the roots of her life. I am sending you back to the very person that sent you. Kill and strike with no mercy. Ogbanje returned the sand and hit her palm thrice on the ground. He that has ears, let him hear. What are you doing, Ada? Ibuka asked confusingly. Ada. Ibuka frowned in creases when Ogbanje laughed out. Ogbanje turned to face Ibuka. It is gone. I had sent it back to its sender. Don't worry. We shall know who had sent the 3-headed snake after you. After me? What did I do to them or that person that would warrant he or she to send a 3-headed snake to me? I don't know, Ibuka. There seems to be a connection to what happened yesterday night in your home, Ogbanje said aloud. In my home? What happened? Yesterday someone sent a shadow of death to you. Thank the gods I came on time, if not you won't be talking to me now. Strange, and you think it is the same person who might have also sent the snake after me, because they did not succeed last night, right? That is also my thought. I don't know, but the truth shall surely unveiled. Come, let's go home. I have a farm that I wouldn't miss for anything. they went to their various home. O.G.B.A.N.J.E, Ugochi, Uzochi and Okoro all went to the farm. The three girls were carrying a basket each on their heads. The baskets were for the cocoyams, corns, maize, etc. they will collect from the farm. They got there and quickly went straight into work. O.G.B.A.N.J.E cleared and worked like her father in his heydays. In fact, Okoro had wondered where O.G.B.A.N.J.E had gotten her strength from. Ugochi and Uzochi were trying also. The little portion Okoro has given to them to clear has not yet been cleared. O.G.B.A.N.J.E finished her portion and went to join them to clear their portion. When they saw O.G.B.A.N.J.E clearing their portion, they went to rest their muscles. "Are you girls tired?" Okoro asked his daughters, which they nodded their heads in unison to his question. "Come and join me in harvesting some of the crops." "Papa, we are tried. When we have fully rested, we will continue with you, Biko," Uzochi said, and her twin nodded her head. Okoro shakes his head and continued harvesting his crops alone. They worked till it was around midday when they decided to go home. On their way home, they met some group of people in front on the late Mazi Ibe's house. Nena was on the ground, writhing in pains as she kept on shouting, "It is painful, ooh, it is paining me like pepper." Adaku was among the women who had gathered and was pouring her water to cool her body down. "Let's hurry up and drop what we brought from the farm. Your mother is there already, she would come and tell us what actually happened to Nena. I don't want the villagers to start saying all my family members are here," Okoro told his daughters. O.G.B.A.N.J.E shakes her head inwardly. She already knew what has happened. Soon Adaku came back and was clapping her hands together. "This world is full of wonders." Okoro, Uzochi and Ugochi all stood up when they saw Adaku coming towards them. Adaku walked up to them, sat down and turned to look at the faces staring at her. Nena confesses that she was the one responsible for the death of her husband Ibe. Okoro eyes shone in shocked. "What did you just say?" "Nei, Nena said she was the one who killed her husband and her first son Nduka. That she wanted to kill Ebuka, that was when Nemesis caught up with her. Uwa Diegu. This world is strange. How can a Nena do such a thing?" Adaku said. Uzochi and Ugochi shakes their head in pity. O.G.B.A.N.J.E laughed out loud, causing them to look at her. "Ogini Ada." "What is it, Ada?" Okoro asked O.G.B.A.N.J.E. "Nothing, Papa. It's just that when suffering knocks at your door and you say there is no seat for him, he tells you not to worry because he has brought his own stool. Nena has brought it upon herself. Let her bear the cross." Okoro stares at his daughter in surprised wondering about the words O.G.B.A.N.J.E had omitted from her mouth. Adaku was busy eyeing O.G.B.A.N.J.E. "How can such a thing happen to Nena?" the O.G.B.A.N.J.E asked her fellow witches. "I have this feeling that O.G.B.A.N.J.E might be responsible for the predicament of Nena," Adaku told them. "How did you know, Adaku? Your stepdaughter do not know about us. If she knows, you would have been dead by now. I told you she's being guided by a very powerful strange god," O.G.B.A.N.J.E said. "So you have been saying O.G.B.A.N.J.E. We can't sit down and fold our hands and watch Nena die." "Mbanue, it is not right," Adaku said. "We cannot undo what Nena brought down upon herself. The deadly snake venom is deadly and cannot be removed. She only has 3 days to live. 3 days and Aku will take her life." "I never knew my mother would do such a thing to me," Ebuka said as he cried like a little child in front of O.G.B.A.N.J.E. O.G.B.A.N.J.E had been consoling him since. "Please, Aada, can't you help my mother? Please don't let her die. She is the only person we have in this world. Ada, I'm begging you, save her through your means, please." Ebuka pleaded with O.G.B.A.N.J.E who didn't reply him. O.G.B.A.N.J.E was sleeping when she heard a voice. The voice has been speaking to her once in a while, in the past. As time went by, she got to know it wasn't an evil voice and had wondered who the voice belongs to, but nevertheless, she obeys it. "The time has come for the whole people to remember me. You will start from her.